Cucumber Squad. Right, let's continue with the Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots, right? So we've done Good Day, right? And then we all know that that goes into Choker, which then goes into Shy Away, which we've already reacted to that. That's in my playlists, on my 21 Pilots playlist. You guys can go and watch that, right? But it's really important for you to know the order of that, because it's actually very clever in terms of how they went from Good Day to Choker to Shy Away. I explained it in my last video. So now we go to the Outside, right? Now, I know I did watch the live stream. I don't know which one is which, but I might be able to pick it up. But obviously, we didn't literally go through these properly. So I don't know if this was even played on the other thing. So let's rock and roll. Let's break this down. So straight after Shy Away, we've got the Outside. Let's see how that fits in. Let's go. I think, okay, this was in the live stream. I remember this particular sound. I like the sound though.
I'm already bored. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. I've got a long drive, I'll tape my eyes so I don't fall asleep again. Singing out up and down.
Wait a second. Those are actually very clever lyrics. Where the hell's my arrow? Those are actually very clever lyrics over there. I'm already bored. Right, let's just go back.
I'm already bored. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. I've got a long drive, I'll tape my eyes so I don't fall asleep again.
So again, that's also very clever. I'm already bored. So when you're actually bored, he's comparing it to like, okay, this is the journey, right? So this journey, I've got a long drive, consistent journey. He's always on that track of his life, essentially. But I've seen this before. I've seen this scenery before. But let me take my eyes, right, so that I don't fall asleep again. That for me speaks of introspection. That for me says, before I was blind. Yes, I was on this journey, but I never really saw what was around me. Let me this time not make that mistake. Again, setting a more positive tempo for the album. Let me this time take my eyes so I can be more aware. I can be more cognizant of my environment, right? So I've seen this all before. And then he goes into like the up and down, essentially, which is very, very clever, because road, you know, we've had bumpy terrain and we've had smooth terrain. That's just how life goes, right? But I'm bored because I've seen this. But now what changes everything is that he's already telling you that I didn't have my eyes before, but I'm not taking my eyes because I'm more cognizant of my surroundings, and I don't really want to go blind on this journey. I don't want to take this journey blindly, right? I want to, from here on out, to see my life and to see my journey. So that's why I'm taking my eyes on this journey. That's how I interpret it straight off the bat.
So I don't fall asleep again. Singing out up and down. They're nodding. Heads are moving up and down. You got it. Everybody stand in line, one by one. Take a hit, join the club. Kids will try to take my vibes.
I love the way that he's playing that. So when he goes to up and down, he's for me, he's alluding to life, because he's taking a drive, he's on that journey up and down, which is obstacles. But he's also then painting the picture of being outside of the club, right? And there's music playing, and it's like up and down, and everybody's nodding and doing the same thing, right? So it's almost like it's these sheep in the club waiting to go in and to sort of like let loose with their vices, because everyone's feeling some sort of weight in their life. I'm not sure. Let me sort of package this.
Everybody stand in line, one by one. Take a hit, join the club. Kids will try.
Take a hit and join the club. Awesome. Again, like I told you, the vices. Take a hit, join the club. right? Join the club. Yeah, you know, I've been there, I've done that, right? Join the club. You know what I mean? It's almost like he's painting this like picture of his life being a journey, and then also like being outside the club, right? That everybody's part of, right? And sort of like alluding to the fact that is everyone's carrying some sort of weight, one by one, stand in line. We're pretty much all the same. We're all nodding to the same sort of like rhythm of this journey. You know what I mean? That's just
One by one, take a hit, join the club. Kids will try to take my vibes, or am I on the outside?
so now he's asking the question, very, very clever, because I've taken my eyes and because I can sort of see clearer now on this journey. Am I like everyone else in this club trying to find themselves through their vices, obviously? You know what I mean? Trying to just numb their pain. Am I on the outside of this? Now, when he says outside, I'm on the outside of this club, right? Now I'm on the outside of this club. I was part of the club, but now am I outside? Is this no longer me? Is this no longer my life? Am I on the outside of these issues? Am I on the outside of all these people that are dealing with this? But he's asking the question, am I? I'm not sure. He doesn't even know himself. That's how I see it.
I've got a long drive, I'll take my eyes so I don't fall asleep again.
Wait a second. He says, I've got a long drive, I'll tape my eyes. What did he say in the beginning? I thought he said, I've got a long drive, I'll take my eyes. Wait a second, people.
I'm already bored.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. I've got a long drive, I'll take my eyes.
Okay, so I thought I've got a long drive, I'll take my eyes. Okay, so now he's actually saying I've got a long drive. I misread that. So I've got a long drive, I'll tape my eyes, right? Okay, so now basically he's saying, okay, this is the journey, but I'll tape my, again, it's an introspection point that he's actually talking about over here. He's like, because I've seen it all before. This actually fits in pretty well with, I'm part of the club, essentially, right? Or welcome to the club. We're all the same. So I've got a long drive through this journey. I'll tape my eyes because I've seen the horror. I've seen the pain of this, right? So while I take this journey, but I kind of feel like that's not so positive in the sense. So it's almost like you want to be blind to the fact that these, so he's basically telling you these issues are still there, but I don't really want to see them right now. That's how I feel that's where he's going with it.
I am a megalodon, oceans feeling like a pond, swimming like a beast underneath, they be clinging on. Meteoric rise in prehistoric times, now that meteor is coming. I am Megatron.
Whoa, okay. I am Megatron. Let's just go back over here so we can break this down. Rapping again.
I am a megalodon, oceans feeling like a pond, swimming like a beast underneath, they be clinging on. Meteoric rise in prehistoric times, now that meteor.
Mediocre cries in prehistoric times. I'm like a megalodon, ocean feeling like a little pond, essentially. So I almost kind of feel like, again, this is playing into, I've seen this before. I've felt this weight before, right? And I have fought this. I've become bigger and greater than these issues. I'm a megalodon, oceans feeling like a little pond. So again, think about the very first song where he says, I can feel my saturation leaving me. I can feel the weight of that ocean, right? It's now feeling like it's smaller and smaller and smaller, and I'm no longer drowning. I can sort of find my feet again. I like that. It's very clever.
It's coming. I am Megatron, cogs I'm stepping on. Then the little cogs got together, started renaissance.
I am Megatron, cogs I'm stepping on. when the cogs come together, so when I'm actually thinking, very clever. So when the cogs come, so Megatron, right, and Megatron, those bots, right, and they're all made up of cogs and parts, right? And then he says, I'm stepping on cogs, but when those cogs come together, meaning that when, you know, the cogs start turning in my brain, essentially I can create a renaissance. Again, that's very powerful, saying that the moment I start thinking, so basically talking about his music and what he does. So when the cogs start thinking, when I start engaging in my craft, I'm so much bigger than everything, essentially, and that I can cause a renaissance, essentially. So I can disrupt the system, right? Very cool. Again, it's super positive.
I am Megatron, cogs I'm stepping on. Then the little cogs got together, started renaissance. Switch it up on me, fuel efficiency. On fumes I am running.
I'm running on fumes, but switch it up on me, I can feel efficiency. Again, part of this album, it's a burst of energy, right? You can already see, even with these lyrics over, there's a burst of energy. Yes, sure, I'm running on fumes, right? I am running on fumes. It doesn't mean that the weight of my past is gone, right? But there is a burst of energy. I can feel the efficiency. You know what I mean? I like that.
Up and down, they're nodding. Heads are moving up and down. You got it. Everybody up and down, they're nodding. Heads are moving up and down. You got it. Everybody stand in line.
What I really like about this song is he actually sort of like, when you say step in line one by one, that is efficient, right? So he can feel the efficiency. Now, from an efficient perspective, this is why we stand in lines. This is why we stand in queues, so that everything operates efficiently. But then he's also playing on the fact that, sure, one by one, right, we're all the same, and we're all sort of nodding to the same beat, essentially, which is kind of what he's painting his journey, right? And he kind of also say, like, I'll tape my eyes this time, and I feel like everybody's doing that. So everyone's just gonna, you know, sit on the fence and take life as it comes. We all nod to the same beat, essentially. So I think it's very clever, right? But I kind of feel like he's also putting himself in the outside of that, right? Saying that it's an introspection. I can see all of this. Before I was part of all of this, but now I'm outside looking in, and this is how I used to live. I used to sway and bounce up and down to the beat that everybody else did, right? So that's how I perceive.
You got it. Everybody stand in line, one by one. Take a hit, join the club. Kids are try to take my vibes. Or am I on the outside?
Kids are trying to take my vibe, but am I on the outside? My keyboard has decided to stop working. So am I on the kids are trying to take my vibe, because I'm a little bit older than that now. I see things differently now. And am I on the outside? Am I the guy looking in and saying, this is no longer for me? Let's see.
I'm on the outside in the summer heat. You can pay the cover charge, I'm in the street. Little did they know that they can't touch me. I'm vibing.
I love that. So I'm on the outside. You can pay the cover charge, right? I've paid this cover charge many a times, right? You can go that. I'm out on the street, right? I'm enjoying the summer heat. Again, vibrant. Saying, I'm not going into that dark place anymore. I'll be out here. I don't need to pay for that. I've paid for that 10 times over. I've been in those dark spaces. I'm going to sit here and just enjoy the heat, right? I'm going to be on the outside for a change. I like that.
I'm on the outside in the summer heat. You can pay the cover charge, I'm in the street. Little did they know that they can't touch me. I'm vibing.
Little do they know that they can't touch me. Again, very positive. I like the instrumentation. I like the instrumentation over here, but I have to be honest. I'm not used to it. Like, I think it takes a little bit, a couple more listens to it, and I think 21 Pilots, to a certain degree, is an acquired taste, right? For many, because I think straight off the bat, it doesn't. The sound doesn't hit me. I'm not really a 70s type vibe. This is why I loved. No fun intended, Entrenched. It was different, it was out there, it was detached from the mainstream, it had its own sound, it had everything, the whole conceptual thought process that went into those albums really took it out of the way society sees music and society perceives music. It took it out of the mainstream, where I kind of feel like this plugs in a little bit more into the mainstream with the sound that it has. And I know it's, we're aging it back a little bit and going it into the 70s, but aside from very few things that I've heard in the 70s, I'm not really a hippie 70s type of person, essentially. So I like, obviously the lyrical and poetry in Tyler's music is absolutely fantastic, but from a sound perspective, in terms of how this song sounded to me, it was Bobby, but I personally feel I would get very tired of it. I'd get very tired because it doesn't hit me as much, right? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, let's get into the next one. The next one, I think, is Saturday, which was already done. Also, super clever that he's basically painted the Friday night. Think about that, right? So the outside is basically art at the club, Friday night essentially, and then you go into Saturday, which is another progression into his life. So I kind of feel like he's using the days of the week to assemble this album, and every day of the week he's trying to paint a different picture of how his life is lighter, better, and yet I almost feel like it's also a psychological sort of like release, very positive, but a psychological release, and it's almost like a therapy session on each day of the week, if that makes any sense. I don't know, but yeah, the next one is Saturday. We're not doing that one obviously because we've done it already, and then we go into Never Take It. Let's see what we've got. I love you all. Please stay safe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.